Today we're going to be working with both the warm colors like red, orange, and yellow, and the cool colors like blue, green, and purple. We're going to be focusing on one of Pablo Picasso's works called Flowers for Peace. We're first going to think about the shapes that we see in Picasso's work of art. In Picasso's work of art, you see two hands reaching out and grabbing flowers. And there's 4 different kinds of flowers, and they're both warm and cool colors. We're going to be using that example in creating our own example of our Flowers for Peace. The first thing we're going to do when we get this paper is we're going to write our name at the back. Please write it small in case you make a mistake. That way you have the whole back sheet to use. Then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to start out by tracing our hand. You want to make sure that your hand is near the bottom of the page so that it can look like your hands are holding the flowers, and you'll have enough room for the flowers up top. Also, if your hand is in the middle, you're not going to have as much room up here. So we'll go ahead and trace our hand at the bottom. So carefully trace around each of your fingers. If you don't know how to trace around your fingers, ask a partner. They can help you trace your fingers, and then you can help them to trace theirs. After you outline your hand, you're going to have something that looks like that. Now when we grab something, and it's something that's held in our hands, you cannot see the thing behind our hand. I'm holding 2 pens here, and you can't see the pens right behind my hand. So if I was holding flowers right here, I wouldn't see the stems because they would be behind my hand. So I'm going to start my stem at the bottom here, go up until it hits my hand, and then I'm going to stop. Because I'm going to pretend that it goes past here, but I don't want to draw it in the outside of my hand, right? Because I'm holding it on the inside of my hand. So I'm making these little lines, and that's where my stems of my flowers are going to go. I'm going to make one right there. Maybe I'll make one leading up to that flower up over there. Remember, it's not going to go in front of our hand, but it's going behind our hand. And then maybe I'll do one more little stem right here, going up to the side. I spaced out my 3 stems, 1, 2, 3, so that I would have enough space for 3 large flowers. At the top of those stems, I'll draw my circles for my flowers. Maybe you wanted to make your flower a little bit different than mine, and that's okay. I'm just showing you the basics to look like an example here. These look like small dandelion heads. Now we want to add the petals to our Flowers for Peace, and in Picasso's work, they just look like small ovals. We can make them skinny and thin and not connected, kind of like this. And if something goes behind your hand or behind a stem, we'll want to stop that line and continue to draw it on the other side. It's kind of tricky, and we'll get it as we go. There we go. I'm done with one of my flowers. Now I'll go over to this one. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit wider of petals. I like it in Picasso's work how the flowers look so different. And so that's why I'm making my flowers. Each look a little bit different. So there I have 2 of them, and then this third one, maybe I'll do a little bit of both. I'll do my skinny ones first, and if it goes off the page, you can just pretend like you can't see the rest of it. There we go. And then on the inside of those flowers, I'm going to make a big one like that, just with the little rainbow. Now it looks like I have petals on the inside and the outside. Now that I'm ready, I'm going to sort my crayons. I want to pick out some warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, and some cool colors, blue, green, and purple, and I can share those with my partner. I'm first going to start by outlining one of my flowers. I can outline the center part of your flower. And then choosing another warm color, I'll continue doing the petals of that flower. So I'm choosing orange and red. Those are my 2 colors. And so I can do it 2 ways. I can color each flower like this, each petal, or I can do it like a pattern. Maybe I'll do 3, 2. I'll show you on this one. Outline that. Carefully go in a circle, make it thick. It looks cool to make it thick. We talked about thin and thick lines. And maybe this one I do a pattern. Purple, blue, purple, blue. So I'm doing my purple ones first. And then I'll go back through and make my next petals. Those ones will be blue. Did you notice I'm not coloring in my petals? The reason why I'm not coloring in my petals is next time we're going to use something called oil pastels. And oil pastels are kind of like crayons, but they work in a different way. And so we're going to need to use those at a separate time. So I have my 2 flowers right there, and then I can choose one more. I can choose either warm or cool. I'm going to go with the cool colors. I'll outline my petals. Maybe I'll do all three cool colors for this one. And you can just continue with your patterns. After we get these ones outlined, we're going to need to outline our stems and our hand. For our hand, you can outline with two different colors. You can choose either black or peach. The black outline makes it look a lot like Picasso's work when he made flowers for peace. He used black. If you wanted to make yours look like his work, you can certainly outline it like I'm doing right now. When you're outlining, you want to go slow so that you keep in the lines, making sure that you can neatly see your entire hand. In Picasso's work, Flowers for Peace, he did not color inside of his hand, and so we're going to keep ours blank today too. The last thing I have are my stems. I can outline those, usually with a green. Some people were using a yellow green, and that actually made it look kind of neat, like some of the flowers' stems were different colors. There we go. I have my completed Flowers for Peace. I have two different examples for you right here, focusing on both warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, and cool colors, blue, green, and purple.